When will the earth become flat? Today, the earth is round. What could cause the earth to flatten? Let us explore the possibility of such a scenario in this video. There has been much debate about whether the earth is round or flat, along with varying conspiracy theories. Let us discover this topic further, approaching it from a different perspective by analyzing what we know from Islam and daily life. We will consider real-life scenarios and what the future holds for us according to Allah's Holy Qur'an and Islamic Hadiths. Will the earth become flat one day? But when? I will inform you here, so please be patient. Understand this now. First, we must examine the current scenario and how the world functions, allowing us to live on earth without natural hindrances. Let's speak in general. But why analyze the current scenario? The answer is that everything in this universe, inside and outside your body, is regulated by an intelligent supreme power known as God. We cannot call him a robot, can we? His name, actions, designs, wisdom, intellect, and greatness are all on a different level. We cannot measure these qualities, as he is beyond any measurable parameters or instruments. I will not delve further into his personality or capabilities in this video. Scenario 1. In the existing design of the universe and Earth, we require various movements related to the sun, moon, stars, planets, the Earth itself, oceans, seas, rivers, and seasonal winds. All of these work together to create the essential requirement for humans and living beings, which is known as rizq in Arabic and the Qur'an. If we remove this concept of rizq, a broad term encompassing everything that supports life, we would struggle to sustain ourselves. To obtain rizq, or our daily bread in simple terms, God has designed appropriate duties and responsibilities for all components of this universe to ensure that a vast number of creatures do not go hungry and that life does not cease on earth. The earth serves as the central point in Allah's creation, where mountains, sun, moon, oceans, and seas play key roles in providing nourishment to humanity and other living beings. The main reason or purpose behind this was Allah's plan to create the universe for his viceroy, Adam alayhi and his descendants, which includes all human beings as part of this great species. Allah has granted us the highest status as his viceroys or representatives on earth, above all other creatures, including angels and jinns. Why did Almighty Allah send us to earth? Allah's purpose was to test us. The design of the universe creates an environment where humans can learn about Allah, with a coordinated system for world trade to ensure that people, animals, trees, and other creatures do not go hungry. Humans must work to support their families, educate themselves, ensure their children receive an education, and engage in other necessary activities. Mountains were necessary in this scenario to prevent the earth from collapsing like jackfruit and to absorb shocks. They provide balance, stability, and equilibrium, helping to keep the earth intact. Otherwise, earth could become cracked like jackfruit, some of which may appear so while still on the trees. Waves must function to move ships across their surface, carrying humans and cargo. This is part of humanity's test for which Allah sent us here. The cycle of day and night was decreed by Allah for earth, and the sun days are meant for humans to earn a living honorably, not through theft or robbery, as they are on a test by Allah Almighty. Rewards await them on the day of judgment after resurrection. The day of judgment will be the time for results to be declared. Tests are presented to all people in this life. Where is my result? You may ask Allah, who else can give you your results, if not Allah? Ask. Now, scenario 1 was our test and life on earth with our families and friends. Let's discuss scenario 2 to understand why the earth will appear flat on the day of judgment. As I mentioned, one day it will be flat, and I believe this is possible. Considering the pros and cons and the logic behind such an occurrence, it strongly supports the idea that the earth will be flat on the day of resurrection and judgment. Allah acts in perfect alignment with his plan, making no wasted time or resources. All his actions are fully wise, beyond our understanding. And this question is in no way alter our iman or faith in the day of resurrection and judgment. Scenario 2. This is the final scenario. After the test of life on earth, we must receive our mark card or result from Allah alone. Today, on this earth, you may have laughed, being a disbeliever, or laughed in the past with your family and friends when the beliefs of Allah and Muslims were mentioned. But now you find yourself standing before Allah. Like all humans, we will face the angel of death sent by Allah when our time comes. Allah sends the angel of death to Allah sends the angel of death to communicate with each person, reclaiming what Allah has given to every one of us. What must we return? Is it our body? Our soul? Our money? Our land? We will return our soul to Hazrat Azrail alayhi salam, the angel who is the chief of angels for death. No, the important thing to note here is that we must return to him the soul that Allah breathed into our first father, Hazrat Adam alayhi salam. Adam was the first Muslim, the one who submitted to Allah and accepted him as his God for worship, the first Muslim on earth, and the first prophet of Allah. The Judgment Day. What a dreadful scene for humans. Now you can see, after watching this video and hearing the audio, what wild comments are made by some people who act like they are exempted from this scenario too. Some may come to their senses and realize. If Allah wills, they will begin to sense the scent of Islam and the Qur'an. But we remain unaware as we travel this earth created by Allah, ignoring His words, signs, and miracles all around us, with our family and friends. We live carefree, disregarding this significant day of resurrection, judgment, and result declaration. We don't take any lessons from the trees, mountains, sun, moon, stars, rivers, oceans, seas, water, air, wind, people, life, death, vegetables, flowers, earth, flowers, fruits, birds, animals, butterflies and so on. When we are going to fail, we leave the greatest day of our lives to chance. We prepare for days of math, English, engineering, medical exams, etc., but not for this supreme test from Allah Almighty. What a tragedy for humans and the community that does not view this as the primary test for their salvation. They are sitting upon live lava underground volcano mountain, but they don't know or understand even after making them clear, what is going to them in future according to Allah's words. In this second scenario, the fate of all will be decided. Not only that, but the fate of the universe, heaven and hell will also be determined. Who will reside in heaven or hell, and what will become of the sun, moon, stars, etc., and what will be the shape of the earth, flat or round, etc. As we recall, in this world, we must work, and Allah has orchestrated the entire system of the universe and the form of things to fulfill His purpose. But in this second scenario, no one will be working, and humanity will be awaiting their final destiny, with no jobs or business enterprises left to pursue. No ships and no airplanes. Therefore, seas, oceans, sun, moon, stars, change of seasons, and the movement of various celestial bodies are not necessary for Allah to deliver our outcome. This example illustrates the distinction. When you take tests or exams, the college provides comfortable examination halls with air conditioning, water, and other amenities to minimize distraction, allowing you to perform well and succeed. When results are released, they may be announced outside the hall or anywhere else, and it does not have to be a comfortable environment. The day of judgment is similar, we will all be gathered without any comfort. People will suffer, but their main concern will be their outcome with Allah. This will be a lengthy process. Only those who have lived not just to earn, but to earn in a halal manner, as approved by Allah in Islam, and have lived to worship Allah exclusively while sharing His message with others, will be granted heaven on the day of judgment. There will be no nights there, only the intense heat of the sun. However, we will not die, as we have already experienced death on earth. After our initial death and the day of resurrection, we will never die again. Allah has granted permanent life. Are you going to think about your smooth skin, sunburn and the sunburn and other skin care sun creams? Forget the world now. Thus, sunburn will not endanger us. The question will be what happens to us. Will we be cast into hellfire by Allah's angels after receiving our results, or will Allah grant us permission to enter heaven? Due to this critical situation, there will be no construction by Allah on earth or in the sky. According to my analysis, the term sky will not exist, as there will be no need for the moon, stars, or other celestial bodies. We will be in the second phase to complete the final judgment, meaning things will be removed one by one. Allah will remove the universe at the end of the day, or Qiyamah, or Pralay Day. Pralay is a Hindi and Sanskrit word for end of the world. There will be nothing left to do from our earthly lives. We will await our judgment or results from Allah on this flat earth, possibly for hundreds of years. Can you imagine how many billions of people, including jinns, will be present, starting from the first man, Hazrat Adam alayhi salam, our first father, Muslim, and Prophet? Only bright days will exist, with no darkness. This is the new system now. Before and after effects. earth and sun and the people, before and after. Now see just for an illustration according to Qur'an and Islam, the day of resurrection. Afterwards we will be in front of Allah for the justice of our karmas. On this earth. This is the terrible day of judgment, sun is burning above. And people are gathered for the day of justice by Allah. Waiting without clothes for many years. No water and under tremendous trouble. Allah will save those who were His true believers and loyal fearing servants. This is the new system now. The situation in the second scenario requires a flat earth. Allah does not create anything without a purpose. In the past, it was acceptable to create the universe and earth with mountains, rivers, seas, oceans, trees, forests, etc. However, on the day of resurrection and judgment, billions of people will gather for their meeting with Almighty Allah, God of the universe, and He will not create anything unfit for this meeting place. His actions are calculated and perfect. Therefore, a flat earth is necessary so that everywhere will be filled with people, without trees or houses built through hard work. Yet, many have ignored this crucial and important aspect of their lives. On the day of judgment, how will they face that dreadful situation? They have forgotten Allah, destroyed mosques and madrasas, and attacked Muslims, their homes, and places of worship, with a clear intention of driving out Allah and Islam from this earth, whose owner, the real boss and the emperor, is only Allah. On that day of great fear, before Allah Almighty, Emperor of the universe and the only judge, people will sweat and be filled with fear like never before. No one will be able to speak to one another, as family members and friends will not hear each other's fears or questions. Therefore, the earth must be flat on the day of judgment after resurrection, as Allah will create it in a new design solely to deliver His judgment. Thus, there will be a minimum of construction. Heaven and hell will exist, as they will play a crucial role, and Allah will not destroy them on the day of judgment, for they are excluded from the scenario. For making this video, I have relied on my general knowledge of Islam, my wisdom, and analysis from science, logic and Islamic angle, to show that around earth, as we know it today, is not necessary. Allah creates according to requirements. Therefore, my analysis leads to the conclusion that the earth will be flat on the day of judgment, serving only to gather people for their verdict from Almighty Allah. Any errors or faults are mine alone and cannot be attributed to Islam, the Holy Qur'an and Hadith. Please watch my other videos on my 2 channels to help spread the message of Allah to humanity and help so that Allah can save us and also billions of people from the hellfire. Kindly like, comment, share, and subscribe to my 2 channels. We will pray daily before going to bed or sleep that Allah give us shelter from all troubles, Satan and Allah's punishments in the world, at the time of death, after death, and on the day of resurrection and judgment. May Allah make us His beloved servants and keep us under His tremendous shade on the day of judgment and in this world also. O Allah, keep away all difficulties from us by Your tremendous power and protection that will not allow anyone and anything to harm us. Make our true halal dreams come true with Your unlimited glorious mercy. O Allah, show us Your signs to keep us on Your path of truth in a strong way and save us from unwanted, useless and loss-making things. Ameen. Thank you for watching.